The liturgies for Palm Sunday and for Maundy, Thursday, and Good Friday, and the Easter Vigil are so rich in symbolism, it defies preachers to add anything else to be said. They are that moving. But I've gathered three thoughts, meditations, brief ones, from three different people on Palm Sunday and what we have just heard. The first is from Father Michel Cuist, French Roman Catholic priest and philosopher. So he's writing this from the perspective of if we were there on that Friday. Let's forget it now and all go home. He's buried and the stone is in place. His family is in tears. His friends are lost. This time it really is over. But Lord, it is not over. You are in agony till the end of time, I know, as God. People tread the way of the cross in relays. The resurrection will only be completed when they have reached the end of the way. I am still on the road. I have a small share of your suffering, and the others have theirs as well. Lord, help me to travel along my road faithfully at my proper place in the vast procession of humanity. Help me above all to recognize you and to help you and all my fellow pilgrims. For it would be a lie just to weep before your lifeless image if I did not follow you living on the road that men and women travel to you. Barbara Brown Taylor, the American Episcopal priest and author and retreat leader, wrote this in her book called Holy Week in Mixed Blessings. Let us then keep Jesus company this week and stay awake with him, and forsaking our own comfort, walk with him as far as we can. Today's gospel story ends bitterly. It leaves Christ dead upon the cross and then in the tomb. And while everything in us wants to rush to the Easter affirmation that he is also risen and will come again, for this week at least, we are asked to stay with him where he is, to share his story and his pain, like someone who is experiencing it all for the first time, and to be hurt by it and healed by it and be amazed by it. And from the heart and pen of Martin Luther King Jr., in a sermon entitled Garden of Gethsemane, which was preached at the Dexter Avenue Baptist Church in Montgomery on April 14th, 1957. These words concluded what he said. One must learn to make the transition from the words which Jesus spoke, "Let this cup pass from me," to what he also spoke, "Nevertheless, not my will, but thy will be done." And God grant that as you face life with all of its decisions, as you face the bitter cup which you will inevitably face from day to day, God grant that you will learn this one thing, and that is to make the transition from this cup to "Nevertheless, not my will, but your will." This, you see, is the thing that determines whether you go through life devoted to an eternal cause, or whether you go through life depending on your own finite answers, which really turn out to be no answers at all. This is the thing that determines whether you can rise out of your egocentric predicament to a devotion that is a higher cause. This is what Jesus was able to do, and this is the lesson that he presents to us today.